Hello fellow potatoes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my name is Fleur, and today we have very exciting news for us Weiss Schwarz players. Yes fam, they have finally done it. They have finally given us a digital version officially of Weiss Schwarz to be able to play online, to play with others. Basically a game, an online game where you can play Weiss Schwarz against with friends, family, whoever, people across the world. Right? Finally, we have something like this from the officials. As you guys know, there's technically a way to play Bluesky Weiss Schwarz online, but it's technically not legal in the way. They told us to stop playing it because now we know because they have this. But long story short, there's already a free version, mind you, of a community fan made simulation of the game Weiss Schwarz. That was the only way they really play it online. The other way, I guess, is the tabletop simulator. We have to mod that. Your opponent will also have to have the same mods to be able to play together against each other online, right? So that was another way, which that second method is a little bit it did what it had to do back in the day, but that would actually cost money too, by the way. Tabletop simulator is not free. But anyway, we're talking about Weiss Schwarz online. I believe that is the name of it, and ooh man, it looks good. It looks good. I like it. So it looks like there's some assets taken from the Vanguard game that they already have for both, again, Switch and Steam. That's what this is going to be for. By the way, I'm assuming you're coming into this video assuming that you already watched the trailer for the Weiss Schwarz online. If not, I will put a link in the description so you guys can watch it and check it out for yourself, and then come back to this video. But man, dude, so they looks like they took some assets from the Due Days game, which makes sense because Bushiroad owns both. But ooh, man, I am super excited for this, as well as many others, because again, we've been waiting for this for so long. They have not done this in a very, very long time. They have not done this since like the PSP days, man. That is how old we're talking. Like, they did had a game for it. I mean, it has some online capability. I think it's just local-esque because PSP is old now. But it was something that people can play Weiss Schwarz digitally, but we never got it in America. It never came to English. It was just in Japan only. But this is where Weiss Schwarz was just getting off the ground, you know? It was trying to stand on its own 2 feet. Bushiroad was like, this is this first attempts doing something like this, because back in the day, it only had like, what, Idolmaster, Fate, Haruhi, I think, and Bakura Tora, however you want to say that. If I'm even right about that, like very, very little sets at the time, because, you know, again, it was just starting. And the thing is, for the first game, again, back for the PSP era, they were doing it kind of like a Pokemon type esque. So like back in the day, Weiss Schwarz was split into 2 type of groups. Even how it was played back in the day. So there was only certain sets would stay on the Weiss side, and there's only certain sets would stay on the Schwarz side. So those sides can only face each other. They can never face each other from the same side, if that makes sense, right? So what they're kind of doing here, from what I understand, based off the trailer, is like, think of it as like a Pokemon Sapphire and Ruby situation esque. So like, if you pick the Weiss side, you can only get certain sets to start out with or gain throughout the game or whatever, and then those only certain sets for Schwarz. For like an example, I might be wrong about this because I gotta look back at the trailer again about it, but I think quintuplets is on the Weiss side. So if you want to make a quintuplets Ichika, Nino, Miku, etc. deck, you have to pick up the Weiss version of the game. But if you want like Sword Art Online or Sword Art's on the Schwarz side, you have to pick up that game. So all in all, if you want every set that this game has to offer, you need both games, which is could be pricey, because last time I was getting the Vanguard game, I have both games for the Switch. They cost a pretty penny, man, and this was before the inflation of video games going up in price. So nowadays, when this game drops, which is in the fall, by the way, it's going to drop in the fall of this year, which is pretty nice. But again, it's just going to be JP. We don't know if we're going to get it in English, but I get a little bit sidetracked here. For the prices of Bushy Road's games, they're pretty pretty, man. This is before the inflation, so I imagine this will probably going to be more, because the last like AAA title I bought that I can remember is Sonic Crossroads, and I'm having a fun time with that game, by the way. But man, dude, that was a pretty penny. I did bought the deluxe version, but whoo! But anyway, so that's what they're doing. It's gonna be like a Pokemon Silver, Gold, Yellow, Blue, Red, Sapphire, Ruby, etc. type deal. But if you get the physical version, you will get real life Weiss Schwarz cards inside the game when you buy the physical copy, which means if you buy the physical copy of Switch, because there was no such thing as a physical copy for Steam, you get like, I believe, like 1 to 4 cards or 1 out of 5 cards. I would imagine they're PRs for the Switch, which I don't know if it's going to be just for Switch 1 or Switch 2. Somebody just says Nintendo Switch, so I'm assuming just Switch 1, but maybe eventually it'll be for Switch 2. I'm not sure how that works. But Steam, you're pretty much good to go, because that's kind of like a universal thing, I guess. But yeah, you'll get physical cards if you get the physical game, which makes sense, because that reminds me of the good old days of Yu-Gi-Oh! So back in the day when you bought like a Yu-Gi-Oh! GameCube game or a Game Boy game, God, I'm getting old. Those were centuries ago, it feels like. You get a physical card, right? Kind of like if you went to go see like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie, you get a card. The Pokemon movie, you get a card. But yeah, if you want physical PRs, which they have not shown what type of PRs yet, you want to go for the physical version of the game, right? Excuse me. If you want both games though, like if you want it all, you have to buy pretty much the game twice. It just depends on your preference, right? Like I have a Steam Deck, but I also have a Switch 1 and a Switch 2. So if I want to play it on the go, that's not really a problem with me, unless it must constantly be online, which it doesn't look like it. Like if it's gonna be the same elements as the last like game that I bought from them, which was Dear Days, you don't have to be online constantly to play the game. Unlike Master Duel, you know, the other card game competitor, if you will, you must constantly be online to do anything with the game, right? To just to play it, whether you're playing it by yourself or not. So I'm kind of glad that they went this route, not the good old, like, I mean, I say old, but like a gacha-esque system, like what Master Duel's doing, Pokemon Pocket, that type of route, which is good and bad, because that means the game cannot be played for free. It's basically like a AAA title. You have to get it on the a big league console like Nintendo or the Steam, right? But like, man, if it was like a mobile-esque game, more people would play it for sure. But I'm not sure how that would work, because like, if you know what Weiss is a combination of all sorts of IPs, man. So like to even pull this off is a very impressive feat, and I really do appreciate it as much others. Like, again, we been waiting for this for so long, man. They did it since PSP days. But man, if it was a mobile game, it will probably pop off harder. But the thing is, they would probably lose maybe more money on it, because it's just like, it depends. Like, you know how mobile games are, like they're free, but if you want the better stuff, the paid to win type things, you know, quote unquote, then you gotta drop some money, right? You gotta start paying for stuff. But like the route that they went for this, I'm all for it. I like it. They didn't surrender to like the meta, if you will, to like you know, oh, it must be a gacha game so people can play. I mean, maybe, who knows? Maybe they might be able to do that down the road. But can I just say too, the main MC that they chose for this does look very familiar. Does she look like Sakura Miko from HoloLive? Like, can you see the resemblance there? Like, they say her name too. I think it was like Hanabi or something. Um, but yeah, I mean, they have a whole new OC for this. They could have chosen basically the mascot for Weiss, which is Shioko. I believe that's how you pronounce her name. So they do have a mascot for Weiss, but I wouldn't say she's like a main character of things, really. I mean, they could have went with that, but I'm glad they kind of went with someone else. As far as I know, like, I never seen this girl around the OC, if you will. But yeah, she looks like Sakura Miko, man. Which is nice. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's good. It's a nice little touch. I see you, Bushi. I see you, because using those tight connections with Cover Corp, Yago, Hololive, you know. But yeah, this is huge, man. Just to even get something like this off the ground, just to give more players to get a chance to play the wonderful game of Weiss Schwarz, right? So again, besides the simulator, which I don't know what's gonna happen after that. I know people are still gonna play it because at the end of the day, it's a fan-made thing. It's free, but legally, Bushiroad told us to start playing it. Yada yada yada. So yeah, it's up to you at that point. But like, if you're like sponsored by Bushiroad and they look at your channel and you do that for content and they see the same, I don't know, man. It could be bad, but like, I would imagine people would play this less, the simulator wise, and play this more. But I don't know. It depends on the price tag. Like, I don't want to keep going back to Crossroads, but like, for Crossroads, for the main example, Crossroads is multi-platform. It can play with multiple platforms, even the older gen consoles, for like the PS4, for example, and then the Xbox. They can all play together, whether you're on Steam or the newest Switch 2 or whatever. You can play with the PS4 user. But for example, though, like as that for an example, sorry, what do we phrase that? People still won't get the game because of the price tag. So again, I would imagine this is going to be like a $90-$80 game because like Vanguard was that much, and again, that was before the inflation of games going up in price. So that's where we are with that. But if we're talking about sets, going on a slightly different topic, like, I don't know how that's going to work if this comes over to English, right? If this comes to the US, because like there's some sets in there that are like JP only for the moment. So like Sneaku Bunko, which I want that set to come to English for research purposes. if you know, you know. But Sneaku Bunko is not in English yet, but it's in this game. So I'm very curious, if they bring this over to English, does that mean we're gonna get those sets over here as well? Or would it still, like, would Sneaku Bunko will still be a Japan exclusive, if you will? Right? Like, if I don't know how that would work. So if they brought it over, then it's only fair. If they brought the game over to English, then it's only fair to bring those sets that's in that game to English as well, so people know what the hell they're playing, basically, right? So it's another reason to bring Sneaku Bunko, honestly. It's kind of me coping with that. But to be fair though, like Quince and Sword Art, which those two sets I did recognize in them when they showed the trailer. Again, if you watched it, you know. Those are English. Those came to the US, right? So I'm very curious how that's going to work if they're going to take this far. If it stays as a JP game only, there's ways around it. It just depends on the community and people out there, which I'm sure people out there would translate the game. So if you get it for Steam, you can mod it, you can patch it, yada yada yada, just to translate the game to play it, which would suck, but hey, anything for Weiss, right? If we go a step closer to play with Weiss with others across the world, you know, across the planet, then I'm all for it. I'm sure there's people out there who'll be able to do that. Like, if we kept this simulator around for countless years, then we could probably do this. But anyway, yeah, I'm just super excited for this, man. Like, this was a long time coming, and thank you so much, Bushiroad, for giving us what we want. They're finally listening, but they gotta do a little bit more, especially for the English audience. Like they know we exist, otherwise they wouldn't do stuff that's exclusive to English. Like the Ruby set is exclusive to us. Adventure Time is exclusive to us. Avatar: The Last Airbender, and for some reason, Eminence of Shadow, which is a weird one, a weird topic, but you get you get the point. Like they do recognize this. They do know the English fan base, so they gotta do like a worldwide release too, man. Like I get Bushiroad is a Japan company and Weiss Schwarz is first a Japanese TCG, but like, bro, come on, they gotta bring it over. They gotta bring it over. It's gonna be so cool, so hype, and I'm just happy for the JB folks out there who will get this stuff this first, because it makes sense again. But like maybe Bushiroad is just testing the waters, because like we got Vanguard in English. Like it's not fully translated. Like the characters are speaking Japanese in the game for like the story and whatnot, which this game is getting. So it's getting a story mode, and then online playability, right? And then tutorial is what we got so far for what it has to offer. We get more information as the months come and the years come, and etc, etc. But yeah, if we got Vanguard over here in the US from them, then they can get this over. I guess it just depends, because again, Weiss is slightly complicated because it's a mix. It's the Smash Bros of TCG. It has a mixture of other IPs. So Bushiroad would have to talk to the people again that the IPs are already in this card game, to see if they can put it back in the game in a digital format, and then for for the rest of the world to play. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? Like, man. But anyway, I'm getting slightly off topic. Weiss Schwarz Online, which I believe that's the title for it so far, which it is what it is. Maybe, it's subject to change, I'm sure. But man, dude, it's been such a long time coming. I'm super excited. I don't really do videos like this unless I'm really, really excited for something. And obviously, this is the case. Weiss Schwarz is my favorite TCG ever, and have it as a digital format. Brother, you done it. You sold it. you get it there, Bushiroad. You get it there. Just please bring home Snicker Bunko here, and Steins Gate, and even Zombieland Zaga. Like, brother, come on. I've been waiting for years here. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to tell you my excitement. The good news, I'm sure some of you already know, but just like hearing this from them, from officials, to basically get like an official Weiss Schwarz simulator, if you will, it's mind blowing, man. Like 2026 is a good year. Like I felt that it was going to be a good year. As soon as it became 2026, I just kind of had that good feeling, a good feeling. And what a way to start the year, man. For Weiss, like, damn. God dang. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it I wanted to talk about, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Like, what do you want to see in this game once it comes out? Like, do you want it to be like more like to the Vanguard-esque of things, which they are taking it? Or would you rather prefer, if you had the chance, to tell them, like, hey, maybe you should do it like the Master Duel S style, the Pokemon TCG Pocket style type thing? Or maybe they still will. Maybe maybe they're just testing the waters. So they're going to release it in Japan first, see how that goes. And then once that's established and players like it, then like, okay, well, maybe we're going to do like the rest of the world release, right? Yeah, but let me know what you guys think. What do you think what the PR cards are? What are you expecting this? Like, you think the story is going to be good? Is there online capability going to need like a Nintendo subscription? And then if so, then how's that fair for the Steam users? The Steam users would be able to play it for free, but Nintendo would have to pay a membership to play it online, which is the same problem again. I don't want to use Crossroads as an example, but that's the same problem. If you get the Crossroads, the game for Switch, and you want to play online, you need an online subscription. But if you get it for Steam, you're good to go. So I don't know. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I think that's pretty much it. Like I'm excited, man. This is it. This is what we wanted. Like, thank you, Bushiroad. Holy moly, one step closer. Like, Oh, I love it, man. I love it. Anyway, I see you guys later. Thank you very much for watching. I'll put more content in you guys' face. All right, flavors out. Peace out. Bye.